Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to a weekend review, reviewing a big weekend of Premier League and Championship action as the season draws to a close, starting off in the Premier League with a crucial win for Liverpool in their bid to become Premier League champions, 1-0. Naby Keita with a goal in the 19th minute, and for Newcastle they pushed for an equaliser, but in the end Liverpool were the dominant team and probably deserved victory, but just grinding out a victory, that's exactly what they need to do, and they're one game closer. Unfortunately Man City didn't drop points again, of course, and they really need that. But moving on then to Brighton, and they picked up a really impressive 3-0 victory over Wolves. I didn't really see this coming, they missed a penalty from McAllister, but he stepped up with another penalty 9 minutes later and scored. Fair play to Brighton for giving them confidence after that miss. And in the second half, goals from Trossard and Basuma sealed the win. And Brighton, they were outstanding here. Brilliant victory for them. For Wolves, though, performance like this, 3 losses in a row, it's not looking good for their European hopes now. Moving on then, an incredible late turnaround from Burnley was crucial in their battle to survive in the Premier League against Watford. Tarkowski and goal put Watford ahead in the 8th minute, but 2 late goals from Cork and Brownhill gave Burnley the 2-1 win, and this was just absolutely massive. On the whole, Burnley played really well in the second half after a poor first half, and were probably deserving of the victory. They'll be delighted with that. Watford, I think it kind of just about seals their fate, but for Burnley, a huge win. Moving on then to Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 2 at St Mary's. Romeo in the 9th minute gave Southampton the lead, but 2 goals in the second half from Crystal Palace gave them the 3 points. Aberrez in the 60th minute and Wilf Zaha in the 92nd minute with the goals. And on the whole, I'd probably say Palace deserving of the win. Good away performance from them. Southampton are on a really poor run of form. Palace, been a bit shaky recently, so they'll want to win the season strongly, and that's a good way of doing it. Moving on then to a comfortable 2-0 win for Villa at home to Norwich. Ollie Watkins with a goal in the 41st minute, and Danny Ings late on in the 93rd minute, and it's a game that confirmed Norwich's relegation down to the Championship. No real surprise, it's been inevitable for weeks, getting it finally confirmed really. Villa were dominant here, firmly deserving the win. It's a big win for them. They want to win the season strongly after a dodgy run of form, so they'll be pleased with that. But for Norwich, another poor performance, some poor season. Manchester City picked up a really big win in their bid to retain their Premier League title away at Leeds. The game was really featured with lots of abuse for Jack Grealish. I found it quite funny when he went over to take a corner or whatever. But anyway, the goals from Rodri, Ake, Jesus and Fernandinho with the goals. An incredible performance from Man City here. Really just dominant and, fully deserving of the victory. We just said that enough. For Leeds, though, they're in serious danger of relegation now with Burnley and Everton winning. But moving on then to Tottenham, and they picked up a 3-1 win over Leicester on Sunday. And Kane and Son with a brace gave Tottenham a 3-0 lead. Iniacho pulled one back in stoppage time, but it was merely a consolation goal. Tottenham deserving the victory here, back to their best after a few disappointing performances, but Arsenal winning means they're still very much chasing for the top 4, and with Liverpool playing next weekend, it's looking tough for them. Leicester, bit of a shame, but their focus is on the Conference League. Moving on then to Everton, as they defeated Chelsea 1-0 in an absolutely massive result for them after obviously Burnley winning the day before. And it's a really great performance from them. I don't know, the Anfield performance wasn't terrible, maybe that gave them the confidence here, but anyway, Richarlison with a goal in the 46th minute put them in front, and Pickford masterclass and brilliant save from him gave Everton the 3 points, and that's a big result from them. Still deep in the mire, but it gives them a fighting chance of at least catching up with Leeds and possibly even Burnley if their form slows down. And moving on then to the final game of Sunday, West Ham 1, Arsenal 2. Rob Holding with a goal in the 38th minute before Bowen equalised in the 45th minute, and Gabriel in the 54th minute gave Arsenal the 2-1 win. And quite a close game this, to be honest, but you'd probably say Arsenal were the deserving winners of this one. Big win for Arsenal, because West Ham is obviously a really tough place to go, and they're in a good position to get to the top 4. But West Ham in 7th, I think they'll probably be okay for the Conference League, their focus really is mainly on the Europa League now, isn't it? Man United 3, Brentford 0 was the score at Old Trafford on Monday in the Premier League, and a dominant win for United this. Bruno Fernandes with the opening goal in the 90th minute, Cristiano Ronaldo from the spot in the 61st minute, and Rafael Varane in the 72nd minute with the goals for United, and that's a good win for them. they'll be pleased with that. Unlikely to make much difference in the top 4 race. I think that's gone. But good win for them, cementing Europa League place at least. And then Brentford, disappointing, but always a bit of a free hit for them, and they've done their job this season already. Moving on into the Championship games from this weekend, and starting off on a Friday night with a crucial win for Sheffield United in their bid to get into the playoffs as they sealed a 3-1 win away at QPR. Charlie Austin gave QPR the lead, but 3 second half goals for Sheffield United through Ndai, Robinson and Horahan sealed a crucial win for them. And Sheffield United, they do have a tough game on last day, Fulham I think, but I think they're still in a position to make the playoffs. Luton Borough seems to be a bit shaky at the moment. This is a huge win for them. Moving on then, Barnsley continued their end to the Championship for the time being with another loss at home to Preston. Marsh in the 16th minute gave Barnsley the lead, but goals from Johnson and Reece, Johnson with a brace, sealed Preston 3 points. And it's a good win for Preston. They want to win the season on high, but Barnsley, they were poor here, and really just batting out the Championship poorly, which is a bit of a shame. They're really cut adrift at the bottom of the league now, 4 points behind Peterborough and Derby, so they're guaranteed to finish bottom now. Moving on then, Forest easily won against Swansea, and they're just absolutely flying at the moment. Christie gave Forest lead with an own goal in the 22nd minute, but Obiafemi did equalise 6 minutes later, and it wasn't until the 48th minute Forest got another goal through Sam Surridge, and he actually scored a hat-trick with both goals coming in the 52nd and 69th minute, and Myton got another one in the 84th minute to seal Forest to win. And Forest in the second half, just at their clinical best, brilliant performance by them. And Bournemouth, I think they'll be absolutely terrified of Tuesday because Forest is just on an absolute roll, and wouldn't it be great if they could turn around after such poor starts to the season. Moving on then to Cardiff, as they drew 1-1 with Birmingham, a bit of a dead rubber between two poor teams, let's face it. Bella gave Birmingham the lead in the 22nd minute, but Will Vaulks in the 82nd minute equalised for Cardiff. To be honest, it was a game that probably deserved a draw. Not a lot to choose between the two sides at all, really. In the end, draw fair result between two sides that, let's face it, aren't great. 19th and 20th, both underperformed this season. It's just what it is for them, really. But anyway, Reading lost 1-0 at home to West Brom at the Medeski Stadium. Colin Grant with the only goal of the game in the 78th minute. And in the end, you say it's a fair result for West Brom, but definitely the better team here. Reading didn't even have a shot on goal. It seems like as soon as their safety was secured, they've been on the beach, pretty much. That kind of seems to be the way for Reading at the moment. They've just not been poor. Had that little run over Easter, but except for that, they've been really poor. But anyway, West Brom, good to see them ending the season off strongly, and hopefully we'll momentum into next season. But moving on then to Millwall 3, Peterborough 0 at the Den. Afobe, Knight and Saville with the goals. Knight obviously with the own goal. Millwall probably the best team here, deserving of the victory. And they still got a very, very outside chance to play off. I mean, it's incredibly unlikely, but you never ever know with the Championship. But they've ended the season strongly. I think they'll just regret that middle bit of the season, because really that's all they need to get closer. Peterborough, like Barnsley, not going out in the best way, really. Moving on then to Middlesbrough, and they defeated Stoke 3-1 to keep their playoff hopes alive. Crooks, Baker, obviously with an own goal in the 21st and 25th minute respectively, giving Borough a 2-0 lead. And in the second half, Crooks made it 3, but a consolation goal from Nick Powell in stoppage time made it 3-1. And Jarrett leaves Borough with a good chance of getting into the playoffs on the last day potentially, obviously with the Luton result. Big win for them, keeps them alive. And for Stoke, kind of a bit of a dead rubber for them. Moving on then to Coventry 1, Huddersfield 2 at the Coventry Building Society Arena. Toffolo in the 45th minute gave Huddersfield a lead, and they scored again from the spot in the 79th minute. Gokarez got one back, a consolation goal in the 90th minute, and in the end it didn't have much impact. And Coventry, to be honest, when you look at the stats, you think they would have been comfortable victors here. 22 shots compared to 7, 9 shots on goal compared to 4. Do you see where I'm coming from? Huddersfield carrying some serious momentum going into the playoffs. Moving on then to Bristol City 5, Hull 0, and this is a funny game because they had the same shots, same possession, all of that, but in the end, Bristol were just dominant here. Goals from Vyman with a brace, Martin with a brace, and Semenyo, and great performance from Bristol City, and they're really ending the season strong, which is great to see because obviously it's been a tough season for them under Nigel Pearson, but good to see them ending it strong. As for Hull, this is really disappointing. That squad needs a lot of work over the summer, I think it's fair to say. Moving on then to Blackpool 0, Derby 2. Great to see Blackpool Derby seeing the Championship era end strongly, at least for now. Gary Medina in the 27th minute missed a penalty to put Blackpool ahead, and 2 late goals for Derby gave them the victory. And yeah, like I say, great win for Derby. If anything, Blackpool and Derby, they would say they were quite evenly matched in this one. But in the end, Derby were more clinical and got the goals. Obviously, it doesn't change much, they're still going down, but good to see them going down with a win at least. Moving on then to Blackburn 0, Bournemouth 3 at Ewood Park. Southampton in the 21st minute gave Bournemouth a lead, and then Billing in the 70th minute and the 79th minute with a brace and sealed win for Bournemouth. And yeah, for Bournemouth with Forest breathing down their necks, this is exactly what they needed. Good victory for them. And yeah, I think I don't know how they're thinking ahead of Tuesday, because Forest is just so good at the moment. It's going to be such an interesting one, but this is a confidence booster for them. As for Blackburn, it has marked the end of their playoff hopes, unfortunately. Moving on then to a complete rout at Craven Cottage between Fulham and Luton. 7-0, I will just run through the goal scorers. Kearney, Tete, Carvalho, Mitrovic with a brace, Bobby Reid and John Serry. 6 different goal scorers, incredible. And yeah, Fulham were just at their absolute best here. We've seen them win 7-0 3 times this season, just absolutely incredible, and they sealed the Championship title with it. And fully deserved. When they perform like that, it's just clear to see why they're going up in such dominant file. As for Luton, though, this is hugely concerning with their playoff spot on the line in the final day next week. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Your thoughts, comments, time, and so thanks for daily football news and scores on the screen, and that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.